Hello everyone, it's Miranda at RTC Ground Care, and today I'm going to talk you through the features of the Segway Navimow app using our demo unit at Thorpewood Golf Course. Now I do need to be in proximity to the machine, so apologies for any background noise. So starting by going into the side menu, I'm going to talk you through certain features. So the mowing schedule, mowing at night and map management, I have videos for that elsewhere on the channel that explain more in depth what those are and how to use them. Now there is a section here called mowing reports, and if you go on this is quite a useful tool for a diagnostic area. So if your machine's had any problems, you can use this to find where the problems are. It also shows you the total area mowed, and it shows you the hours that your machine has done and which zones it's done how many times. So that's quite a handy feature. Next you've got the advanced features. So you've got EFLES, and this is basically your camera, so always keep this enabled because you always want your camera on. It's obviously part of your obstacle avoidance. Next you have vision fence. Now this is where your mower self-corrects its position. So channel obstacle avoidance is if you have a sudden obstacle pop up in front of the machine, it will avoid it and go round it and go back on course. Animal friendly, now we have ours switched off because we're obviously on a golf course where there's not much wildlife, so there's not much need for it. If you want this on, basically what happens is when it encounters a small animal, it will just simply turn the other way and avoid them. So it basically tries to minimize disruption to the ecosystem. So that's vision fence. Now weather adaptive is basically a feature that allows your machine to work alongside the weather. So we've got mow when raining, so you can either delay it, and ours comes with a standard of 30 minutes out of the box, but you can change it up to 24 hours. So that would be, we've got it set to 30 minutes, so that would be 30 minutes after it first detected the rain and after it stopped raining. That is how long it would wait before it resumed its schedule. Next, you've also got the sensitivity. This is where you can say, well, if it's just a drizzle, I still want it to mow, and if it's moderate rain, I want it to stop. So we've got ours set to light rain, as it tends not to really affect the muddiness when it's only a drizzle. Next, if you go into snow, you can have it mowing when the snow is detected. You can also have it so that it doesn't mow too much in hot weather. So for example, if you're worried about the grass is not growing properly or whatever, or the temperatures are too high, you can have it enabled so that when it's too hot it won't mow. And obviously you've got the frost option as well, and strong wind. So when it gets stronger than 88 kilometers per hour, it will automatically delay its tasks. So those are the weather adaptive features. Next, you've got the traction control. So for example, if you have excess mud because it's wet, or you have excess leaves in autumn, your machine might struggle to control traction. So if you put the traction control system on, both wheels will spin, so it will basically keep it more balanced and it will be able to obviously navigate the lawn easier. So that's the traction control system. And then the smart home feature is basically a way that you can connect it to either your Alexa or your Google Home system. Next, we have the anti-theft prevention features. Now, the one that comes as standard is the mower lifted alarm. So basically, if your mower is lifted, the alarm will sound, alerting you that it's being stolen. Now, there is a geofence alarm and a Find My Mower, but these require the Navimow Access Plus. If you are interested, I will leave a link below to our website. Next, you have the device lock. So this is child lock, which is basically disabling the buttons on the machine. Safety lock is basically a complete full lock of the machine, and you can also reset your PIN code here for the machine. So obviously, if you're worried about someone stealing your machine, it would be handy to go on and do it remotely. Next, you've got maintenance and tools. Now, parts maintenance, I have done this today, so if you have a look, this is where you can reorder blades. So I'm going to go into it, and you can either buy more blades now, and it will tell you how long these blades have been on, and it basically says you need to replace them. So I can put replacement done because I've done them today, and then it will notify me when I need to replace them in the recommended 80 hours. And if you press buy now, it will take you direct to purchase some more blades. You've also got chassis and other parts. So it says here it's recommended to clean. So this is obviously for the regular maintenance. I've cleaned mine today, so I'm going to press cleaning done, and then it will recommend that I clean it again in another 200 hours. That's 200 hours of cutting, sorry. Next, you've got all these other features here that aren't really necessary for me to explain, but I can explain in another video if needed. So if there is a situation here where you are needing to relocate your charging station, leave a comment below and we can discuss doing a video in the future. However, I'll show you, this is how you can connect it to your Wi-Fi network. So as you can see here, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. And then you can check for any software updates. So my firmware is up to date. And then you've also got sound and light. So this is for the sound effects on the machine. So if you want the lights off, you can turn the lights off. If you want the beeps to stop, then you can turn it off. And also the eco mode basically makes it so that the screen goes inactive after a certain amount of time to stop the battery from being drained. And then you've got all the other things that you might need to look at, so your device information and things like that. Hopefully this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.